Is the sound coming? The sound's coming. Hey people! There's a car going outside. There's just a road going to Staffen right in front of me, and yeah, there's a lot of like villages and stuff. So there's tractors, there's all kinds of vehicles coming and going, and it's shaking the house. But yeah, it's a nice area. Yeah, I just did a cold opening. I was kind of tired from yesterday, but I will gather the rest of my energy to record this video because we are kind of long overdue for the new video that was supposed to come out today. Today is Thursday, 8th of May. Thanks for being here. I'm Emre. I'm a concept artist working for the video game industry for, I said 5 years, but yeah, that's professionally 5 years. I have a background working for multiple companies. One of them is like Oculus, the other one is Kitbash 3D, the other one is I'm currently working in is also called Terraform, and Box Digital as well. There's a whole bunch of like clients, and yeah, I'm still in the industry. I'm here to share my knowledge with you guys. So we can jump in right now. There's around like 30 minutes long of a recording, and today's topic is modeling a vehicle in Fusion 360. So here we go. So sadly there was a bit of an issue with the recording that I had for this. I think I recorded it, but by mistake I erased the video, including this one, and I managed to just recover it, but only this part for the upper part of the vehicle. So sorry about that. In this one, I just put this stuff in from Blender into Fusion and converted it to a mesh that I can work on in Fusion, and this will allow me to do a lot of like crazy booleans and stuff. This part I just added some panels and stuff that could look functional, but also I'm not really diving into details that much in this stage. I'm just adding the big and medium sized details, and then from there we will take it to the next level, which is like adding small details. This is the part that I'll be working on the bottom, and I also opened the references on the left so I can gather some inspiration from them. I'm currently adding some slots for the batteries and for some extra how can I say, like there's some more places to access the internal parts of the vehicle, which are going to be like hydrogen like battery slots, electric battery slots, and maybe some extra storage compartments and stuff. Like broad, we are covering the broad information that we already have in the mirror board. I forgot to do that, but I will also add the link to the mirror board somewhere here. I just don't know where, but yeah, you will see it. I'm covering the overall information and the functionalities that I thought of while I was designing the vehicle here, but doesn't have to be 100% like functional, or like the placement is not really that big of a like thing to consider that much. We are dealing mostly the aesthetic stuff because this is just going to be left on the digital. It has to be there has to be a percentage of believability, but it doesn't have to be 100% believable, because whatever we see outside is like all the stuff that are considered very, very functional doesn't mean that they are the most exciting stuff there. So we have to find the right spot to make it somehow believable, but still we shouldn't be really constraining ourselves that much while we are designing something for digital or for fun. I thought the bottom part was like too robust and like too like edgy. I think this was actually the main start for this part, but I thought maybe I could add some like fillets so that you could add some weight to the model, because like right now if you do not add fillets on the props, it might look like as if the prop is like in a micro size, and it doesn't look that heavy. I was thinking like some considerable amount of fillets might also fit this part into the actual design of the vehicle, but also add some weight to it. Here I'm just cutting a lot of stuff and just trying to match the like parts that are added to the actual design. I'm also fucking around a lot. I'm not going to cut these parts because I don't want to deceive you guys that things might be 100% like accurate, like everything whatever I do is just pretty much on point. Like everything should be like, if I do a move it should be 100% accurate. No, I just fuck around a lot, and like probably most of the moves that I'm doing here are not really it's probably painful for people who are fusion experts here. So sorry about the trouble. So sorry about the pain that I'm causing on you guys. I'm also referencing to the actual design that I also added into Fusion here. So going back and forth, I'm also like referencing this bottom part that I have added into the actual model. So if I save this model, it will also appear in the actual file, which is a great functionality. It's something that I really love about Fusion. I hate Autodesk, but I love Fusion. And there's like there's plasticity. I have to somehow dive into that. Still haven't. I don't know if Vasco Rodriguez is watching me from here. But yeah, sorry man, I still haven't. So I added a few more breakpoints just to make it look a bit more interesting. And what you see up there on the right, where I was thinking about them, maybe they can be in some slots for the hydrogen tanks that could be taken out. So that's why I extrude them slight bit, so there can be a handle and you can just take it out and you can just refill them. Those details, the extra details, are going to be added later. Of course, we're not going to do like stuff from inside out that much, but I think we will have some things to cover for like maybe that might be enough for 2 videos or something. But I think we are nearing the end of this. I also don't want to spend too much time on it. Like it's been like almost a month right now since we started working on this. Of course, I'm not doing like 8 hours of work every day. I just do like maybe a few hours per week on this vehicle. but I'm already getting tired of it. So yeah, I better be done with it soon enough so we can move on to the stuff that are going to be in the next. I'm going to build an environment for this, and right after that we are jumping into probably a go-kart vehicle that was suggested by one of my subscribers. Also, thank you for subscribing. Please like and subscribe. And also, yeah, thank you Cal K3X for your suggestion. He commented in one of my videos saying great job, do a tutorial about how to create a go-kart vehicle and a warehouse. Warehouse will be covered in this, but we will also jump into go-kart soon. This was interesting because for the previous parts I rebuilt them, and the top part of the vehicle was quite like simple to convert, but I just directly converted this and just started doing like cleanups to make it a bit more streamlined. Right now, as you can see, there's a lot of triangulated meshes. No one likes triangulated meshes. I also don't like triangulated meshes, and it's just making everything very complicated here. So I have to clean it up as much as possible without breaking the design. It might be boring here to watch, because like some parts really broke a lot when I was cleaning it, so I Control Z and erase some other parts and Control Z again if it doesn't work. This is the front axle of the vehicle. I will be adding a lot more like fillets to this to just make the design fit more into the actual upper part, of like a flowy design, flowy but aggressive. Right now I'm dropping the front axle, as you can see here, so that I can flip back and forth and check if it's actually fitting in the design or not. Because after you reached some parts, reached a phase, and you say like, okay, this is a go, and I should just put it into design and see how it's actually reacting on it, and how it's going to be related to the other parts. You can also do this in the local stage, of course. Yeah, this part is like I'm still trying to figure out how I can keep the actual V cut on the front axle, but also trying to make it look a bit more streamlined. I don't want some weird angles. I did my best to fix it here, but yeah, it's not 100% there. Still, it works. It will work. And also pulling and pushing on the surfaces so that I can match them to the vertices. It will make it easier for us to do extra fillets on them. This part of the video is actually like, I think I spent like almost an hour on this, because the cleanup part was kind of long. This is 500% sped up, like 5 times sped up. But at least for this stage, I generally try to time myself. I put a timer on, and for each part of the vehicle, I try to put like 30 minutes to max 1 hour for cleaning up, adding medium and large components. It's all about like managing your time, because this can be like a rabbit hole, which you will end up spending hours and hours and hours and hours on unnecessary stuff, and you might end up with just having nothing in the end, with 8 hours already spent throughout the day. And the client will just ask you, hey, where's my design? And you'll be like, well, okay, I'll do it now. Like you try to squeeze everything within a few hours for sending a screenshot. I'm playing around the flow of that V here, like the branching out part that is branching out into the vehicle. As you can see, I updated the frontal axle and see if it was working out. I wasn't happy about the flow of the bottom. I did my best to fix it here. Yeah, I'm also adding some fillets to the corners here. Yeah, I just don't like that area. I don't like the lines there. They'll probably work out, and they're way out of sight. But still, it's just me being picky on it. I should also, like out of topic, I should figure out to show you guys how the menus look like in here, because like I somehow cannot capture the menus in Fusion 360 via OBS. It's kind of shit. Yeah, so I have to figure it out at some point. Because I press S, for example, and I access my shortcuts menu, and you don't see my shortcuts menu here. You don't even see the outline, I just realized, which is kind of shit. As you can see, you can also like move the surfaces, which is great. You can move the surfaces without breaking any sort of fillets or something like that, or bevels, unlike, of course, a poly modeling software. Still trying to figure out how that line might continue. It's kind of exaggerated right now compared to how it was before, and I'm actually happy about it. But still, I have to somehow cut it, which we will come to that point probably almost after this. That I will have to add suspension components onto the axle. I have to model those, sadly, and it's kind of a complicated topic that I had to look for a bunch of other references online in order to figure it out. But you know, the easiest way to do it is to just import a suspension model or somehow like integrate it in Blender and just put it back into the Fusion by importing it. And just you can model on top. yeah, some parts maybe I should have just did some edits on the videos and just cut them out a little bit. If it's boring for you guys, just let me know. I can do a lot of like cleanups in the recordings right now. They're quite raw, and I just put them as they are. I personally don't have much time for that. That's why I'm also just watching the recordings and just talking about it with you guys. We're talking about the video. Please like and subscribe. I'm repeating it again. I think I'll do it once again on the end of the video. I'm adding that slot so I can start integrating the suspension system, because yeah, the wheels have to be connected to that part somehow. Yeah, I'm trying to understand how I can do it. I don't like the uneven look into this, but it somehow integrates to the axle quite well, so I'm going to live with that. Yeah, I'm trying to just fuck around there, or just try to decide to add some bars that will connect to the tires, but yeah, it didn't work out, so I'm going with this now. Yeah, I just added that, and then I decided to say, okay, this is fine right now, I can move on. But I got concerned about it. I just didn't want to end the video like this, because like I said in the beginning, I lost a lot of like progress on the top part of the vehicle. As you can see, there's like a very quick render. Yeah, I lost a lot of progress in the upper part, the computer part of the vehicle, so I just didn't want to leave you guys with some extra content. So this is going to be the wheels, not exactly the tires and wheels, but this is mostly the suspension parts, the caliper. This was also like 45 minutes long, I guess, or maybe an hour. This is also sped up. I blocked them in first into the actual vehicle, and then I copied and pasted them onto the axle design that I made, that file, so to see like how they actually can fit together. There will be a lot of like fucking around in this part, so yeah, sorry about the trouble. I'm just trying to make them fit, because yeah, it's also my bad. I also don't recommend you guys to think about such things after, because it might make you guys end up with too much time spent, time wasted on such details. Those could be those things I should have figured out in Blender stage. But yeah, I was lazy, and yeah, laziness takes its toll sometimes. I'm going back to the mind mapping just to remember what sort of suspension that I was going to add, and then I searched for some more references online. So yeah, I don't know the technical terms on this. I'm not that big of an expert, but yeah, it has to have like two like V's and connected to each other with like a suspension in between, so they can give some space for the wheel to move up and down with the chassis like connected to it, so it doesn't like smash the car, but it can just bounce on rough terrain. Yeah, I realized that the bottom wheel is not really looking that way. It has to be inverted, so I inverted it and somehow found a way to just cut that part, integrate it into the cylinder that I added. The hub, let's say hub, it's a cooler way to express. So I'm trying to find a way to implement the suspension there. I was thinking about I might do something different for the suspension itself, not like the spring suspension, but something much more futuristic looking. Now you'll see like how much time I'm spending on something that's basically almost not visible on the car. Well, maybe I will just put it in a way that it might just peek out when the car is rendered. But also, yeah, probably better not to spend too much time on something that's not that visible, really. Our priority will be the top part of the actual stuff that are visible. The tires are pretty much out there. I'm going to spend more time on them. I'm going to be spending more time on the cargo rack, the top part, and stuff that can be interacted with. The rear axis. I'm going to also shape that a little bit more, make it look a bit more like functional. But these parts which are not really going to be that visible, I'm going to just play around with it and do not spend too much time and waste too much time. I'm trying to figure out how I can connect the V anchors to the hub on the wheel. It was also looking like very weak when I zoomed out, and you will see it in a bit as well. So it will be something that I will be figuring out on the way. The actual hub doesn't really look that way. It has like, it has like a metal part is connecting to the forks, and there's only like one part that's connected with a bolt underneath. But I just want to make it look a bit more interesting, because I hope there won't be any mechanical engineer out there it's gonna say like, no, this just doesn't fucking work. I just want to have fun, because it's a lot of work in my life. I just want to have some fun sometimes. I just please, this part is like probably way too painful to watch. I was dumb. I'm also like, I was quite tired when I was doing this, so I was just doing some weird split and extrusions to figure out like how I can make that fork and how I can connect them together. It somehow worked out. That's the coolest part about Fusion, that you don't have to mind polygons that much. You just have to think about how the fillet can be connected, how the surfaces might connect to each other. As you can see, it's like very thin. I just don't like it because it's basically like connecting like a huge tire to a vehicle, and there's like a very small connection, like very thin connection, and it might just look like it's going to break down. So I'm going to try to increase the size of it a little bit, make it thicker, make it like bolder a little bit, but yeah, I'll do my best. Like I said, this should be planned way ahead, like way before this current stage. So that you won't waste too much time on this, and those small accidents might be expensive if you do not consider it beforehand, because it might cause you to just remodel it even. So yeah, I was thinking like how I can implement them onto the hub attached to the front axle. So I just made the hub larger, and the forks are connected to the hub. Because I'm also making them larger, you know, it's just they start peeking out of the mesh, so I had to somehow find a reasonable way to fit them together. As you can see, it's like almost not visible. It was also my concern when I put the things back together. I'm like, what the hell? Did I spend too much time on this just for this? And now I realize that okay, I have to put it in the back part as well, and like I have to be as economical as possible with this. I don't want to remodel the whole freaking suspension for the back as well. So I thought about it again as a modular way, and yeah, I just put the hub together with the tire and copied it back as well. But what I realized, you will see it now in a bit, that it doesn't fit 100% to the rear axle. So I had to go back to the rear axis. Is it called axis or axle? I have to look at it. And yeah, just resized the parts that are going to be connected and just made them thicker a little bit and just make it somehow fit like aesthetically as well. So that's why I'm erasing some of the fillets and putting them the other way around. Still, like I love this feature that you can erase the fillets by just pressing delete and make it again in Fusion. It makes life a lot easier and just leaves you some room to experiment. I just put them right now like this, but yeah, they can be changed. And I somehow found a way to connect the hub onto the rear axis, and it somehow worked, but I'm not 100% happy about it yet. I think in the next part we will be designing the tires, and we will start adding medium to small details on the regarding parts, and then yeah, we'll see where it will take us. So yeah, this was how many videos did we have so far? I'm not including the shorts. 3, 6. This will be the 9th video. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here, and thanks for your support. Please, please like and subscribe, and I don't know what they also say, hit the bell, hit my bells if possible. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for bearing with me on this long ass videos. Some parts might be uninteresting, some parts might be boring for you guys. I will try to trim stuff down in the future if I will have time, but please let me know if there will be any suggestion from your guy, from your end, that I can make the stuff easy to access for you and like much more digestible maybe, or maybe much more fun. Yeah, thank you all, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Ciao.